This is Poker Books, Sit-and-Go Poker Strategies and How to Make Money Playing Online Poker, written by John K. Adams, read by Nick Dolle. Sit-and-Go Poker Strategies by John K. Adams. Without a doubt, No Limit Texas Hold'em has taken the world by storm. But instead of playing typical cash or big tournament games, players are seeking their poker fix mainly at the sit-and-go tourneys, or S&G for short. An S&G is usually one where it is only 10 players. These are just online. These are the fast tournaments that last anywhere from a half an hour to an hour. In a sit-and-go poker tournament, each player contributes an equal amount, the buy-in, to a prize pool and is awarded a fixed number of chips. When a player has lost all of his chips, he is eliminated from the tournament. The tournament continues until there is only one player remaining, and the prize pool is divided 50% to the winner, 30% to second place, and 20% to third place. Now let's talk strategy. First off, you only get so many cards. This is somewhat of a problem for figuring out strategy since you are limited. Also, you may find a few techniques that work great for you at one poker site. These same techniques may not work at all when you switch to a different poker site. Try to find one poker room where you feel comfortable and at ease. This is the most important aspect of your poker career. If you are switching from site to site with varying results, you will never adapt a steady style. At one point in time, I was trying every single possible way to increase my odds of placing within the top 3 rank for these tournaments. I found a few styles of play that worked consistently enough to win more tournaments than I lost. These methods can only be used one at a time, so please do not mix them during the same tournament. Faking bad play. One of the greatest techniques I have ever used was faking bad play in tournaments. This proved to be the most solid way to place top 3 in tournaments a good percentage of the time. By faking bad play from the start of the tournament, you are leaving a cause for concern with all of the players at the table. At the same time, if you play every starting hand for the first 20 hands when blinds are low, you are putting yourself in great position to grow your chip stack. Here are some tips on this method. 1. Play every hand even with the worst cards for the first 2 blind levels. Call every single bet as long as it remains the same as the blind level. If you are playing no limit, then do not call if you even have a remote thought of losing that hand. 2. Halfway through your first blind level, make an outrageous bet if you see a flop with all low cards and no draws. You will be putting about 150 of your chips at risk, but the plus side to this is everyone will fold unless they are holding a pocket pair. If the blinds are 15 to 30 and you make a 100 bet right off the flop, you have a good chance of stealing the pot. 3. If you are past the first 2 blind levels and you are short-stacked or did not win a significant hand, you will need to switch to a real tight play for exactly 1 blind level. If you still have not gotten a decent hand, then the cards are just not falling in your favor. When you apply this method, you will usually place the top 3 about 7 out of 10 tournaments. As you can see, if you fake bad play for the first 3 or 4 blind levels, you are taking 2 chances. The first chance is the chance at losing a large portion of your stack. Most of the time, you will hit a nice pot or 2 within the first 2 blind levels. By playing every hand, you are putting yourself in a position to either hit a great flop or not hit anything and lose a lot of chips. Always remember, you cannot play the all-in game unless you are 100% positive you have the best hand by the turn card. Especially on party poker, you will end losing once the river card is shown. It happens so frequently that you cannot afford to risk it. The next chance you're taking by playing every hand is a good chance at hitting a large pot. If you pull a full house or a high flush on the flop, your chips are replenished plus some. This is the chance that we take when playing this method, but you will be surprised at how frequently you hit. But what happens when you hit rock bottom and you're short-stacked? You will have to switch to a really tight style at that point. Switching to a tight style midstream is not a bad thing. If anything, it is the best thing you can do. After playing bad hands and allowing the table to see this, they will view you as a weak player with no threat to the table at all. The moment you switch to a tight style and hit a great starting hand, the table will think it's a bluff. That is why this method works so wonderfully. In the next chapter, I will outline classic, good starting hands. You will be able to see which hands are classified as sure winners. The waiting game. One of my main goals in these tourneys is to survive till it is down to 5 people, hopefully with enough chips to make my presence relevant. There is no point in having 100 chips left when the blinds are 25 to 50. You have to make your move before it gets to that. Every call matters.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?